So this is Poco X3 NFC. This new smartphone is called mid-range killer because in terms of price, it is really affordable. It is about roughly $200. Also, this phone is packed with a tons of performance. So I want to say straight to the point, I think this is the best budget phone that you can get in 2020. Hey, what's going on everyone? This is Ferry. So I've been using this phone for 2 days. So today we're going to have unboxing and also quick review about this phone as well. So let's get the unbox. First, you will see the box. The packaging was great, and I do appreciate a little bit of yellow on the packaging. So they have two colors, which is cobalt blue and also the shadow gray. What I got is shadow gray color with 8GB and 128GB storage variant. On the back of packaging, we will see some spec. So we got Qualcomm Snapdragon 732G, which is a new chipset from Qualcomm. I heard great things about this new chipset, so I expect great performance coming from this phone. Also, we have 120Hz refresh rate with 6.67-inch display, which is a huge phone. The resolution is only Full HD+, but considering the price, I think it is perfectly fine. Talking about camera, it has quad camera setup on the back with the main rear camera is 64 megapixel. And the last one is the battery life. It has 5160 mAh, which is really awesome. I wonder I can use it all day with this phone. And another great feature, and it got 33-watt fast charging. So let's open the box. So we got some card saying thank you for choosing Xiaomi product and welcome to the Xiaomi family. So let's open this box. So we got SIM card ejector, and then we got some case. I think this is the case provided. So this is like a silicone case, but it is nice that Xiaomi provide this case in case you need some protection. You can use this case, but ideally you should buy another third-party case for this phone. So here is the phone. Okay, before we open the case, let me open the other product first. So this is the 32-watt fast charging power adapter. So this is included. Not even iPhone 12 can give you the power adapter, but this $200 smartphone did provide you the charger. And we got the cable. Let me open this. So this is the USB-C cable. So finally, this is the phone. So let me open this. This is the first unboxing experience for this phone. So here is my first impression about this phone. Talking about the design and build quality, this phone is not scared by showing huge logo on the back of the phone. I wish it should be more subtle approach, but I do appreciate that Poco trying to be different with other competitor. Actually, I don't really like the position of the camera because it is put on the center, which is I found it weird because most of the phone right now put the camera on the left side. Also, I don't really like because it is more like a bump on the back of the phone because the size is relatively huge. This phone used plastic on the back of the phone, which is look like a glass and also like a polycarbonate, but it is actually a plastic. So don't forget, this phone is a fingerprint magnet. The side of the phone is using aluminum. The finishing was great. In terms of design, it doesn't look like a flagship phone, but I think this is fine for a mid-range phone. On the side of the phone, you can see fingerprint plus power and also the volume button. It is nice that Xiaomi put the fingerprint and power as a one button, which is very inconvenient. Also, I like the position of the fingerprint button. It is easily reachable by my hand and it is fast to unlock the phone. So it did make sense to put the fingerprint button rather than the facial recognition because since right now everyone is wearing masks. On the bottom of the phone, you can see USB-C port, and yes, this phone has a headphone jack. Also, the speaker is stereo. You can find the speaker on the bottom of the phone and also on the top of the phone. So there are LED notification inside the speaker grill, which is very convenient to check the notification when your phone is idle. It is nice that Xiaomi put this feature back because most of the current flagship phone, it doesn't have any LED notification feature anymore. This phone has infrared sensor, which is very convenient, so you can use it as a remote. As the name said, this phone has an obvious NFC feature, so you can use it as a payment or like transferring data between device or like a DSLR cameras. So it is nice that Xiaomi put the NFC feature for $200 phone. One feature that I wish is wireless charging. Unfortunately, this phone doesn't have any wireless charging feature, but considering the price, I think it is perfectly fine. Overall, the build quality is decent and solid for this price. So let's talk about the display. This is one great feature why I decided to pick up this phone. To be in fact, the display has 120Hz for $200. Even the new iPhone is still 60Hz. The screen uses IPS at the full HD resolution. It is roughly about 2480 pixels. Still, the display feels sharp and I don't have any concern about the display. So ideally, it should not be a problem for the daily use. So one thing to note, the screen use adaptive 120Hz, which means when you're on idle, the screen will downclock the refresh rate. You will feel slightly lag for a split second when you pick up the phone, but do not worry, the screen will go back to 120Hz to get the buttery smooth experience from the phone. Xiaomi did this for increasing the battery life. Ideally, it should not be a major concern for now. Also, the display uses Gorilla Glass 5, which is very great to protect your display from scratch. And then the display has a wide fine L1 DRM, which means you can use this phone for streaming such as like Netflix, Amazon Prime for HD quality. Talking about the audio, this phone has a stereo speaker. It is loud and decent. I think the audio quality is really good for this mid-range phone. You will enjoy it for sure when you play games or like watching Netflix or YouTube. The Poco X3 NFC is powered by a 5160 mAh battery and also 33 watt fast charging. It can last about 2 days for daily use, such as like messaging or like social media. But if you're gaming all day, you can get about 7 until 9 hours, which is great. Charging is very fast. You can get about 50% with only 30 minutes. Overall, I'm really impressed with the fast charging feature. So the Poco X3 NFC is running MIUI 12 out of the box. It is actually based on Android 10. In terms of experience, the MIUI 12 delivers smooth experience, and also I really like the UI. The downside is the phone has a lot of pre-installed apps and also the ads, but technically you can uninstall some of them and you can disable some ads. It is a bit of a bummer, but I understand that Xiaomi can reduce this price because they put the ads on the phone. So let's talk about the performance. I think this phone is targeted for gaming audience. By using Snapdragon 732G, I can play any game without any lag or delay. Some of the game that I try is a MOBA game, which is League of Legends Wild Rift. I still can use 60 FPS with some high graphics setting. In some battle with a lot of players going on, the FPS will drop a bit. Another game that I try is against Impact. It is really super heavy to run this game. Even with this phone, you can only play it with low or like middle setting with only 30 FPS. Talking about the camera, this phone uses quad camera setup with 64 megapixel primary, 13 megapixel ultra wide, and dual 2 megapixel macro lens and depth sensor. To use the 64 megapixel mode, you can find it on the more tabs in the camera app. Bear in mind, on this mode, you cannot use zoom function. The ultra wide was excellent. I can use it for tight space and get more field of view. The macro lens do the job, but it was not impressive from my opinion. Overall, I found that the camera works well. The photo quality is excellent, the image looks sharp, it has enough details, high contrast, but dynamic range is a little bit off. Ideally, it should not be a problem. Again, for this price, it has good camera on it. This phone can record 1080p 60 fps and 4K 30 fps. 4K videos was decent. Certainly, it was not very spectacular, but it works well. It doesn't have any image stabilization, but the sample footage was okay, so you will not find any major drawback back using this phone as vlogging camera. So overall, Poco X3 NFC is excellent mid-range phone. It has large display, high refresh rate, powerful for gaming, good camera, and also large battery life. A bit downside, it doesn't have any premium look and it doesn't have any wireless charging feature. But it is not a really major concern for me, considering this phone is only $200. I would recommending this phone a lot to anyone who is looking for best budget phone till now. So what do you think about this Poco X3 NFC? Let me know your thought in the comment down below. That's it about the video. If you are interested with this phone, I will put links in the description. Don't forget to like and subscribe this channel if you like my content. It does really help me out. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe more.